Hi guys, Bruiser here, and in this video I want to show you ARM single target build that I'm using. It's pretty good, doing pretty good numbers. Um, you can use it in pretty certain bosses, like in the Onyxia boss. It's doing pretty good because you have a good single target damage, and then you also have your Blaze Storm for like the webs hordes that comes across the fight. So with no more delay, I just want to show you real quick how is the build set up. So I'm using like a regular arms build with a single two-hand weapon, and these are the talents I'm using. As you can see here, this might be the only talent you may change if you want to. I use it because when I have nothing to do, I like to cast my slam like faster. But if you don't like it and you don't like to use any slam on fight, you can maybe swap it to Weapon Mastery or second wind. But for the rest, try to go with the same weapons as you can see here. The only one you can only swap depending on your weapon is the specialization. I'm using sword specialization as I'm using the Bone River Edge. But it's up to you and your weapons. Then for the Mystic Enchant, this is the really important stuff. This build is based on Colossus Smash. Because after the Onyxia late release, we got some pretty good buff in this Mystic Enchant. So this is doing pretty good amount of damage itself. And if you combine it with an Onslaught, it's doing even more. Like it's doing very good. So for Legendary Colossus Smash, and then for purples, we got Onslaught. You need to do this. We got Master of Arms, and we got a Quick Death. This Mystic Enchant is really good as it works for single target and also for AoE because you improve your Blaze Storm damage. And you got a lot of flat stats, so it's pretty good. Then for rares, you need to use Glyph of Execution, Glyph of Rending, Cruelty, Armored to Teeth inside the crossover talents are beasts. And then you can also put the Glyph of Heroic Strike. So you have some rage to recover when you do Heroic Strikes. But this one here you can swap if you don't really like it, you can swap to another you may think is better for you, like maybe Glyph of Mortal Strike or something. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. I'm using Siggy Breaker. You can maybe use Avatar or any other you like. But the other are like you really need to use like the ones I say. So what else here? Well, another like pros this build have is like you are in arms and you are doing very good support to the right. Why? Because you have Dude Frenzy that increase your right physical damage in 4%, and you also have the improved blitz effects with trauma. So you have two very good buffs for the right. You lack of the rampage, but it's fine. You may have any other Fury Warrior or even a Feral Druid, so it's fine. Well, for the rotation on this build, you may focus your best two skills are Colossus Smash and Execute. And then you can also do Overpower if you got the proc of Overpower. And also try to put Rend on your target the whole time, like to refresh it when it's coming down. And lastly, like the very last priority is the Mortal Strike. Okay, so this is like the priority. As I said, it's Colossus Smash, then Execute, then Overpower, and finally Mortal Strike. And you have to get the target with Rend most of the time. Try to refresh it like frequently. And if you have like no global cooldowns, then you can use a slam. That's why I put the two talents, the 2 talent points. Um, what else you can do here as well? You can cast Heroic Strikes if you have a pretty good decent rage energy. So if you are like more than 60 and you're not doing execute, you can cast a Heroic Strike. But you're not like spamming them in like in other builds, you're not spamming them. You use it like only when you are confident you have enough rage to keep doing like your regular rotation. So let's see it in action. Let's see how it does. So you can start like by going your Berserker stance for the Recklessness. You cast Restlessness in pre-pool and then Blood Rage. And then you charge, and the first thing you want to do is do Rend. After that, Colossus Smash, Execute. You can do Execute again. I'm doing Heroic Strike because I have plenty of rage. And then finally Mortal Strike. And then I'm doing whatever proc break. Then Colossus Smash, Execute, Execute again, because Colossus Smash with the onslaught give me another proc for Execute. And that proc also like stack with the proc of Sudden Death, so it's very good. As you see, I'm doing 2 executes in a row and doing overpower. Like I'm really busy with the global cooldowns. So this build is really interesting, really fun to play. You can see I'm doing pretty good numbers. As you can see, I'm doing like more than 3k, pretty good. You will do more in right. I'm even kinda new to the build, so I'm probably not doing it perfectly, but I wanted to show you this. So if you're an arms enjoyer or you want to help your raid, it's pretty good to go with this build. So that's basically the rotation, you can see. You have plenty of global cooldowns, you are busy most of the time. So yeah, that's the rotation. So let's see how is the breakdown of the damage. Okay, so as you can see, execute your main priority damage. Then you have some melees. Colossus Smash is doing pretty good as well, 5k in average. Execute damage was less than 4k, but it's still pretty good. Colossus Smash doing 5k. Overpower doing pretty good as well. And then Mortal Strike. That's why Mortal Strike is like the last priority we have. It causes a lot of rage, and it also doesn't do like a huge damage like the other skill we have. It's a bit lower then. And then we have Heroic Strike. So this is like the regular breakdown. I'm pretty sure you can do it even better because I'm not an arms player, to be honest. I just do this build because I find it like very more comfortable to use in Onyxia boss. Because in Onyxia, you know, you want to do single target to Onyxia, you want to do single target to the ads that comes across the bridge, but then you have the Dragon Wells hordes that comes in a bunch. So for that reason, if you go this build with arms, you have a pretty good decent single target because you are single target focused, but then you also have your Bladestorm just for being arms, and your Bladestorm is improved by your quick death. So quick death must be up like the whole fight if you do play it good. And then if the webs come, you just go and Bladestorm them. A tip I want to share with you also is always do Sweeping Strike first and then Bladestorm. It's very good. And yeah, that's the build in a resume. It's doing pretty good. And I forgot to say as well that Colossus Smash is also applying 2 stack of Thunder Armor. So you right don't even have to care about like who is Thunder Armor. So because you also do it. And you will have the Thunder Armor debuff like the whole time as well with this. So yeah, that's it for the build. I hope you can try it, you practice it, and you enjoy it while playing. That's it for this quick guide. I hope to work for you and see you in next videos. Peace.